Coach, what can you tell us about your lineup this evening?
We got, everybody's healthy. I think we're good to go. Yeah.
Can you elaborate what's going on with Bobby yesterday, today?
No, we just wasn't able to play, and today we're good to go. So I'll leave it at that.
Was it an injury at all? Or?
I'll leave it at that.
Condon in goal tonight?
Yeah.
And Clayson out?
Yeah.
Let's go back on Bobby. He had an issue early in the year missing
I'll leave it at that. I'm happy he's playing today. He's able to play, so we're happy he's in the lineup. He's a good player for us, and we missed him yesterday.
Was he a healthy scratch?
We had an issue that we dealt with, and it's dealt with, so.
Before that, how would you evaluate his season, his play overall? How satisfied are you with the way he's playing?
Who?
Bobby Ryan.
Bobby? Well, he's obviously with Zingle and Turris. I think they're a good connection. Creates a lot of scoring chances. If you look at the game in before the Christmas, we had some really good moments with his line, and that's what we're hoping to get again today.
Do you believe he can get back to being where he was as a goal scorer in this league?
Yeah, but when you look at Bobby, he scored a lot of goals in a setting where he's playing with the two superstars in Anaheim, and he was asked to be in those shooting positions. But Bobby himself will tell you that he thinks he's more of a feeder than a goal scorer. I think he's both, depending on who he plays with. And when you see him make the plays that he makes, he definitely has a great vision and good poise with the puck. He can also put the puck in the net, but I think he's put himself more in a feeding position since the beginning of the year, and I do think he's got more scoring abilities than he has shown up to now.
If he was a 30-goal scorer in that position, and how come you can't put him in that position again?
Well, I was going to answer that, but you did for me. I mean, the reality is I think Bobby's in a position where he needs to fit in with who he's playing with. I mean, if you're playing with Perry and Getzlaf and they tell you stand in the slot and wait for passes, I mean, you've become a scorer just by the nature of the role that you need to fill. I think in this situation here, he's playing with Turris, who can score goals, who can make plays, and Zinger, who's gone most of the time and gives us breaks on the rushes. And if you look at a lot of Zinger's breaks, they very often come from Bobby's passes. And I think in terms of scoring, we've seen a lot of Zinger passing to Turris for shots and goals, and Bobby making plays. If you look at our game against Chicago, I think they were our best line there, and we've seen that they were probably our best line also in Philadelphia when we played them. So we've seen a lot of good flashes. We've also seen him injured, and you guys didn't know, but he played many games injured, so he couldn't shoot. He physically could not shoot, so he had problems passing. So for a great number of games back then, we weren't saying it, but he was playing hurt and couldn't shoot. So I can't blame him for not shooting. He was a warrior trying to play, injured, but we knew that whenever he got the puck, it wasn't going to be shot, and so he was looking to pass. So in those instances, but yes, he does have great shooting abilities that he needs to use more. So that would be my answer.
Well, when was the decision made yesterday when he would be unable to play or wouldn't be playing? Was it made at the last leg he took part in the warm-up?
No, it was late. It was late. Yeah.
How come he didn't play the final 9 minutes in that Washington game before the break?
Well, we got into penalties first of all, so he's not on a penalty kill, and then at the end, I thought there was other guys that were playing very well, so got him in there.
If you had an issue that had to be dealt with, was it such that you had to send a message by making him a healthy scratch?
No, guys, you're going places there. I'm not going here. We got things that we keep it at this, and there's things that I'm able to tell you. So I'm leaving it at that. Period. period.
To us in the question,
Yeah.
you were quick to point out in the preseason that there was a discipline issue, and that's why they didn't play the two guys didn't play in the preseason game. Was there a discipline issue here, and that's why he didn't play last night?
I told you I'm leaving it at that. There's complex things that don't need to be said out here.
All set, gentlemen? How about the Oilers coach? A quick comment on Edmonton and the challenges that you face against that team?
Well, I mean, yesterday was Ovechkin, today is McDavid, and Thursday it's Crosby, and then it's Matthews. So, I mean, every team has their star. He poses a speed issue, I would say. The minute you let him get his speed, I mean, he's very difficult to stop. So you got to prevent him from getting speed deep and going through. I mean, he's going through everybody. So it's the minute you give him space, he's gone. So I think if you can take his space early, at least it gives you a chance to not have to deal with that much speed.
The few hard-working reporters who dared to show on Friday night.
Who?
Few of us.
Oh.
You did say that it's tough to come back after a long break.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. In that sense, were you at all surprised by the way the team responded?
I'll be honest with you. It was disappointing yesterday to get the result because, I mean, we got 25 body checks. We outshoot them 30-20 and got great chances, and we just couldn't get a goal. And it would have been hard to play a better game than that. I think the thing that's been missing since Christmas is our work around the net. It's not getting there. It's once we're there. We got to be better at screening. We got to be better at battling in there. That's the one thing that has not been what it was before Christmas. And then before Christmas, we were having success, mainly because the defensive side was great, and the offensive side we were able to finish because of the work around the net. And our work around the net needs to be better, plain and simple. I mean, we got guys there, but our screens are a little off. Our rebounds were there, but the fight needs to be longer, better, harder, nastier. And that's it. That's it. That's why, when you look at losses, you got to know, hey, it's Anaheim, bad, unacceptable. We don't want to be playing that way. But you got to know that you're playing the right way. You're just not finishing. Well, that's what it is. So right now, that's what it's been the last 4 games. So we're not finishing. And it's not getting there. It's not getting the scoring chances. I mean, Erik Karlsson has an unbelievable shot the goalie doesn't see, and he hits the crossbar, an inside crossbar deep. If it's an inch or lower, it's a goal. So these are shots, but what I'm looking at right now is what we create once the puck is there. That's what we got. That's where we have to be better. It's the accuracy. Some games you have great accuracy, some games you don't. But for me, it's getting our bodies in there to be able to be there for the secondary and third chances, for the goalies not to see the puck so that we get the rebounds that we want, not the rebounds that he wants to give us. And that's where we've not been good enough. And that's 5-on-5, and the power play is the same. Power play is always a reflection of your 5-on-5. So we were good at that before Christmas. Our power play was good, and since Christmas we have not been as good, and power play is the same. That's where it's at. I thought our shooting mentality in the last 2 power plays yesterday were really good. It's just, again, goalies saw most of the shots, and we weren't very good with the rebounds, and we missed the net on quite a few of those occasions that we had. But in terms of the shooting mentality, we look really good in those last 2 power plays. We got to keep the same look, a bit more accurate, but mainly harder around that net, and much more efficient in terms of screening the opponent goalie.